a pro educator and content creator here at Lashify, and we are going back to the basics today. I'm going to show you everything that comes in our award-winning control kit and walk you through everything that you need to get started with the system, and then I'm going to apply a set of A's for you today. We just had this big sale with a bunch of our core Gossamer lashes, so I want to apply some core Gossamers for you today so you can see how amazing they are and just see how much it transforms the eye even with our simplest Gossamer lash that we offer. So welcome in if you're new. We are Lashify, the at-home DIY lash extension system. This is a patented system, excuse me there. And yeah, so with the control kit, if you are new, we always suggest starting with the purchase of the control kit. You can purchase it right down here while we're going through it. It has everything that you need to get started, and it's all thought out for you. It takes the guesswork out for you. So I always want to show you guys that first because it's a really great tool to have. And then from there, you just refill Gossamer lashes, your bond every 6 months if you need to, 3 to 6 months of that sort of thing. So you're only getting the kit for a one-time purchase, and then you just replen from there. So this is what it looks like. Comes in this nice box. We give this an open. You have a couple things on top. You have your wandums. These are silicone coverings that go over your wand. They look like this. Get out of here. So they offer a wider fuse and they help with stickiness. And then you have this nice little card. If you scan this, you get a QR code, obviously on the back here. If you scan it, you will be brought to our how-to page. So you'll get a follow-along tutorial to do with your first-time application, a bunch of cool tips and tricks, lash map videos, you name it. And then you have this card here, like so. And this is just a welcome card from our CEO and founder. You can also use this, I always say, if you don't have a blow tool, it'll be nice to give you a nice little puff of air there to help with speeding up drying time. And then you have your kit in here. Do not throw this away afterwards because down here, you get to keep all of your Gossamer lashes. So you can start filling them up here. And I'm telling you, you're going to start collecting like a ton of them because it's just what you do. You just find all the different styles that you love, all the different lengths, and you can keep them in here. So you can store them in here, which is great. Something dry, cool, good to go. So yeah, so you get 12 Gossamer cartridge storage here, so don't throw away your box when you get your control kit. We always want to emphasize that. And here is our control kit. So it comes in black and in white. You get to choose, like so. Same contents are inside, just a different color wand. So if you get the the white control kit, you get the holographic wand. If you get the black control kit, you get our bronze wand. Everything else, same, good to go. So if we open this up, you have a mirror here, so you can look down. When you go to apply, you'll be able to see the underside of your natural lash. It's slightly magnified. And then, let me move this. You have your double-sided Whisper Light. This is the balm that goes on your lashes. So that's the balm we'll be brushing through our lashes. Nothing is to go on the skin. So I'll show you how those two work. You get two sides, so the black and the clear side. Same formula, but they kind of do different things, so we'll walk you through that in a sec. And then you have your bronze wand here. This is your patented hand-tooled fuse control wand. So it's ergonomically designed to fit the curves of your face. It gives a certain amount of pressure down so it doesn't damage your natural lashes. It is the key to applying the system. I call it the magic wand. You need it in order to properly apply the system and to properly fuse, which is fundamental for the system. And then here you have your water-resistant seal. So this helps water bead off, all that good stuff. And then you have, obviously, and then it helps with stickiness too. I said all that good stuff like you guys would know. It helps water bead off and with excess stickiness. That's why we give it to you. Wait about 20 minutes before you apply it. And then you get 3 cartridges of Gossamer lashes. You get 10, 12, and 14. And those are our 3 most popular lengths, so we just automatically give them to you. You just need to choose what style you would like. So we have A here. That's the one that's on my eye now. This is our thinnest fiber, least amount of curl. B, which I put on my last live, is a thicker fiber, like so. These are our pluses, but a thicker fiber. Looks more like 2 coats of mascara, but without the clumps. And then C has this same thin fiber like the A, but instead of coming out a little straight, it's got far more of like a lift and a curl to it. Looks like you have a natural lash lift. It's pretty awesome. So just pick what style you would like, and then we automatically give it to you in 10, 12, and 14 millimeter. So you're good there. Close that up. You also get 2 samples here. Nice little packs. This is your prep step. We're going to do that on my eye now. So you want to make sure that you're prepping your lashes properly so there's nothing on it keeping you from getting a good bond. And then this is our removal. This is our melt away. It's a dual phase oil-based makeup remover, and you're going to put it onto a cotton round. You'll hold it over the eye once you obviously have both maps on, and you're going to let it break apart the bond for about 60 seconds, and then the lashes will gently slide off so you don't have to worry about damaging your natural lashes at all. I think that's everything. So let's apply. So I'm going to go in with my pre-cleanse first. So this is our prep step that we were talking about. So you want to make sure there's nothing on your natural lashes before you go in and apply the system. So I'm going to take my fluffer tool. This is also offered. It's a nice little reusable fluffer tool. I'm going to dip that into the pre-cleanse. Tap off any excess. I'm going to go through and brush the lash. I don't want residue, old bond, makeup, oil, anything that could keep me from getting a good bonding technique. And so I just want to make sure I run this through the lashes to get them nice and clean. And then once I've done that, I want to make sure that I get them nice and dry, which is also super important. Also, hello over on YouTube and Facebook. If you are over there, don't forget to ask your questions as well. If you want to ask me a question directly, I am on the website. So hop over to lashify.com and I'll be happy to answer your questions. I'm going to take my blow tool and give a directional puff of air to my eye to help dry anything down. So if I'm looking to speed up drying time in any way, that's where the blow tool comes into place. So you can do this with, if your lash is wet, if your lash is wet from like out of the shower, once it's already on, if you are cleaning them with pre-cleanse, if you are putting your bond on and you need your bond to get tacky, that's where the blow tool really comes into play. It's awesome. Boom. Cool. So then from there, we're going to bond. We're going to use our dual-sided Whisper Light. This is the one that comes in your kit. And we're going to do our patented method called the frosting method. So I'm going to take my side with the black micro mascara wand first. We're going to brush through the lash from root to end, making sure we get every fiber in a nice, light, even coat. Don't want to overdo it, but make sure that you have a nice, light, even coat to start off for step one. My lashes are shorter and curlier, so I find that I can just gently bring the bond all the way up through my lash. If you find that your lashes are a little bit longer, sometimes it's okay to, more go halfway to a third of a way to get up the lash. I'm going to close that up. And then we're going to get nice and tacky again using my blow tool. You want to make sure that you're nice and tacky for about 20 to 30 seconds. So just use your blow tool to make sure that it's helps speeding up that tacky time. And then we're going to go in with our second coat of bond, and that is the other side. So it's the side with the white text. And we're going to take that. This has a precision tip applicator. And we're going to dot our bond 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. And then do the frosting method. So the key with the frosting method is to then take a flat-ended brush. I just have an old school one here. It's just an old makeup brush, little angled guy. And you're going to brush up the lash, coating the lash with our clear bond. You can see it's going from white to clear. So this also helps speed up time with getting it tacky. And this way it coats the lash with the Whisper Light. It's really awesome. Helps with longevity, helps with hold. And I'm just going to give this another little couple seconds to get nice and tacky. Yes, absolutely, Miss Beth. Absolutely. A nice, light, even coat of black Whisper Light provides a great cushion for your lashes. It's true. It's true. Okay, perfect. Now, if you want to check if it's tacky, take your finger. Tap that up against it, and you see how it's got a nice stick and grip to my nail? That's how I know it's nice and tacky and good to go. So, take your wand. I used my sapphire wand today. Middle and pointer finger in front, thumb in the back. Take a mirror, put it underneath you so you can see the underside of your lash. Take your control kit because it's got great angles, hold, and if you need a little bit more stability, what did I say? If you need a little more stability, lay it flat onto a table so you can look down into the mirror. That way you can stabilize your elbow if you need to. You can use your other hand to lift your lid. Totally fine. So figure out how you want to hold your mirror and then look down. So you want to be able to see the underside of your lash because you want 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. So we're just going to do traditional inner to outer corner today. So I'm going to grab my first lash with the curve facing me. We're going to use A's today. A stands for Amplify. I'm grabbing it towards the top of the Gossamer lash as well. And I'm going to look down, and because we're starting on our inner corner, I'm going to angle this a bit so that it angles the curve of my eye when doing that inner corner. I'm looking for that 1 to 2 millimeter gap from my waterline. I don't want anything on my waterline. And then I'm good to go. And then we're going to go up to a 12. So now I'm grabbing my next lash like so. I have them laid out, by the way, so you can see. I have a lash pad with a bunch of maps on it all the time. I have them laid out ahead of time on my lash pad, so it's just easy for me to grab and go. So I put the control kit back up here for you. So I'm grabbing that. I'm going to go for right next door. My elbow nice and high so it's easy for me just to grip right underneath. Because we let the bond get nice and tacky, it just grips on there like so. So now we have a 10 and a 12. We're going to put 3 14s now. So we're going to look down, and boom, one. And they just grip right on there. Say you don't like placement. Why not? You're going to want to take this and go underneath. Take your tool and go underneath and gently peel this off. Because you didn't do a full fuse yet, it's okay to move things around. Our bonds are super flexible. No harsh chemicals, no cyanoacrylates or formaldehyde. Nothing to keep it fully hardening. So you're able to move that around. It has a nice cushion. It's nice and flexible for when you apply. So we're going to take our next 14 and go right next door. And boom. Just like that. And then you just keep moving along till it completely builds your lash map. We have another 14 coming our way. So we did 3 A14s in the center. This is also what's known as an open eye. So instead of going with a longer length on the end, we're going to go back down in size. So that way it just kind of keeps the eye a little bit more open, as you can see. See how it tapers back off in the end? So we're going to take our 12 as our last lash. We're going to go back down in millimeter length. And then boom. And the reason I wanted to show these 3 lengths is because these are the 3 lengths that you get when you have a control kit. You're automatically going to get 10, 12, and 14 millimeter lengths. With the sale we just had, you maybe went all the way up to 18 in cores, which I love. So totally fine there. And there you have it. And on the outside here, my last lash, I try to have it, the spine more parallel to the ground so it lifts up. I want my eye to have a lift. I don't want it to be totally droopy on the end. And then we left out a couple of natural hairs as well. So now let's talk about fusing. So that is where your natural lashes, the bond you put on your lashes, and your Gossamer lashes all become one. Fusing is not optional. It is a fundamental part of the system to make sure that everything becomes one and seamlessly, so it goes together. So I'm going to take this with the curve facing up and out. We're going to go over like so, wiggle it right down, and then give it a nice full fuse. See how it's fully closed? It needs to be fully closed, fits the curve of my eye, and if it gets a little stuck, you're just going to blink away like so, like that. Just gently blink away. Don't pull this away. You don't want to damage your natural lashes. If it's a little sticky like that, it could just be your bond is still a little tacky. You can also take a little bit of glass from your control kit. Sorry. Take a little bit of glass from your control kit, and I just wipe a little bit of it in between the fuse control one, like this. Because sometimes that'll help with a little bit of excess stickiness, which is its job, of course. And then we go down, give it a nice little fuse, and then that helps with the tackiness. Do it on this side too, right? And then it also gives a water-resistant seal to the top and the bottom. Wait about 20 minutes to do this if you need to, because you want to wait for that glass to go on, but for the sake of demonstrating, I wanted to show you. I'm just gonna use my blow tool a little bit. Okay, any questions? I know I just showed you prepping, applying your bond, applying your lashes, fusing. I showed you a lot. Look at some pretty angles too, so you can see it from some different angles. You can see that 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. Nothing is on my skin. You can see it just kind of comes out from my eye. No heavy strip or anything. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Come join us in the Lashify Life Facebook group. I always say this at the end. It is the best community. There are over 120,000 members now in the Lashify Life group. But it's just where we all connect about everything Lashify. It's a really great community. There's also amazing guides in there. So if you have any questions, literally anything you can think of, and I mean it, we've thought of it, it's in a guide over on the Lashify Life Facebook group. So you can always search the guide section, all the albums for inspiration on lash maps. It's just always a good time in there. So come join us in there. I hope everyone has a really good weekend. These again are our A's in 10, 12, 3 14s, and then a 12 on the end. And they're literally just natural eye look up like this lashes. Like, hello, it's amazing. You just feel better too. I don't know, you have your lashes done, you just feel better. So awesome. Well, I will see you guys after the weekend. I'll be live again next Tuesday. Make sure to look out for any emails or SMS text messages. Sign up for those so you're always up to date with everything that we have. Join us in the Lashify Life Facebook group, and I will see you guys next week. Get that control kit. Get your control kit. You'll want it. You'll need it. I have 4 of them. So just trust me. Awesome. Thank you.